Well, this afternoon is turning out to be a pretty nice one. Most of us climbing near 60 degrees, if not into the low 60s. But we do have a little bit of a change on the way coming in a couple days from now. So we still have some pretty nice weather to finish out this week. Most of the days staying near average. Overnight lows actually tonight not looking that bad. We'll have mostly clear skies, but temperatures are going to stay fairly mild. 44 in La Crosse, 41 in Eau Claire, continuing to see those above average temperatures even into the nighttime tonight. But then tomorrow's highs starting to see a slow downfall of those temps, still slightly above average, and this will likely be the trend for much of the week. It'll be another sunny day and another somewhat breezy day, so expect that to continue on for most of the weekdays. 55 for your Wednesday high in La Crosse and in Eau Claire as well. Most of the area climbing into the mid-50s for tomorrow. So again, a couple degrees cooler, likely not seeing the 60s like we're seeing today, but still not bad as far as the start of November goes. It's still going to be another breezy one. We see a little bit of a break from that breeze today. Still some light wind out there, but those winds will likely pick up slightly as we go into tomorrow. Even in the morning hours, seeing winds blowing out of the northwest around 10 to 15 miles per hour and staying that way throughout much of tomorrow afternoon. So a light breeze, nothing too gusty out there, likely seeing wind gusts around 25 miles per hour. Just enough of a wind that you'll likely notice it throughout much of the day. And then as we go towards Thursday, winds are going to be shifting around to be blowing out of the south. That's going to keep us those near average temperatures throughout much of the week, but we do have a cold front coming later Thursday evening that's going to give us that end to that nice temperature flow that we have going on. That cold front will have some very light rain associated with it, but it's going to be very patchy, and it'll likely be later Thursday night. Here we are around 9 p.m. Just forming for now. It looks to be just east of La Crosse, but maybe still seeing a couple traces of raindrops out there. For the most part, a lot of the more widespread rain stays to our east, and even then we're not seeing a whole lot of additional rainfall. Maybe expect about 1/10 of an inch at most. Another pretty dry system. So giving that rain, yes, but really the main thing that's coming after that front passes through is that pattern change. We're going to see temperatures taking a little bit of a swing starting Friday, but even more as we go into this weekend. So here we are today. Overall temperatures across the country actually fairly mild as we stay in the 60s in our area. Once we get into Thursday, we can see those southerly winds are going to keep that mild air overhead until that cold front passes through. Then we get a little bit of a cool push going into Friday. Once we get into the weekend, though, it's going to get quite chilly. Much colder air plunges into most of the eastern half of the country, and you can really see that with our high temperature trend, seeing highs on the weekend dipping down into the 30s. And if you even compare that to our low temperatures, some of us will be going down into the 20s, maybe even the teens in our cooler spot once you wake up on Monday morning. That'll likely be our coolest morning coming up. But yes, very chilly. Also the chance to have possibly a couple snowflakes associated with that, but the cold weather is definitely going to be the biggest factor this weekend.
Yeah, it's getting real so soon.
Feeling like winter.
Okay, thanks, Nicole.